Alright, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to week 3 of our summer semester. Once again, my name is Katie Romshak, and I did a little icebreaker that was involved in the book earlier, so that's my little sign up there. But I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be involved with this key ingredients assignment. This is my take on this week's assignment, working through key ingredients from the Essential Elements Training and Curriculum Guide. So, as you can see, I have a little bit of a pizza here, so you already get the gist of what I'm going to be talking about. But I want to say this first and foremost, 4-H and youth programming of any kind, whether it's FFA, whether it's Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, you name it. Any kind of 4-H organization or youth organization that has youth programming has a lot of steps, has a lot of elements to make sure that things run smoothly, adequately, and optimally, right? It's the same thing with a good pizza. It's got a lot of key ingredients in it that makes it great, makes it tasty, makes it fantastic, makes us want to eat more, right? So an appropriate, great 4-H program has a lot of key ingredients similar to that of an awesome pizza. But just like pizza, we all have our preferences, right? Some person might like extra cheese while others want tons of pepperoni and green peppers. It all just depends on the person, the individual. Well, programming is a lot like that too. What I think is pretty important might not be as important to another educator or another program assistant. In a completely different county, what they do might be a little bit different from what we do, but our goals remain the same. Just like a pizza lover wants a great piece of pizza, we want awesome programs, okay? But to do so, we have to have our key ingredients involved. So, like I said, this is my interpretation. I'm going to be talking a lot about not only the key components that was included in the study, but also how I connect those with basic experiences and examples that I've been involved with in the past. So, let's just jump right into these things. The first slice, or the first key ingredient that I'd like to discuss with all of you guys is what we kind of consider here in Belmont County as our foundation. Without them, there is no us. And what I'm talking about here is our caring adults. So the first slice, the first key ingredient in a 4-H program to make sure it is fantastic is our caring adults. So, like I said before, they are our foundation. They are approved individuals. They have gone through extensive training, interviews, background checks to make sure that we are picking the safest, most involved individuals to deal and help with our kids. They are successful in the fact that their backgrounds not only are indicating that they are safe, but they are constantly involved in making sure that our program is better. They are our eyes and our ears when it comes to judging events, when it comes to camps, when it comes to programming, livestock quality assurance, fair. Without the volunteers at our local fair, we wouldn't be able to cater to and help all the kids and all their animals. So it is without any question that the very first key ingredient for a successful 4-H program is the caring adults. Why? Because they are the foundation. They are trained on our policies. They have succeeded in their background checks. And they're volunteering. They're not forced to help out. They actually want to do it. They have a passion for it, and they keep coming back, and that's what we love about them. So, caring adults, first ingredient. Our second ingredient has to do with a safe environment, right? So, what are we talking about when we say a safe environment? Well, it's very similar to that of a school. We have all type of kids coming from all different kinds of backgrounds. I don't know every single story that these kids have and what they go home to every night. So it's our job to make sure that one place that they do go to is safe and inviting for them. Something that makes them know that they are loved and involved and encouraged. How do we do that is we have adult supervision. We have a ratio in Belmont County as far as our club volunteers. We don't just have one advisor for the Clover Buds. We make sure we have an advisor and at least 2 volunteers to assist them. We do that because kids are a lot of hard work. They've got, it makes your hands full. We want to make sure that we're attentive to them. We have one-on-one in appropriate scenarios to help promote their growth. And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about a safe environment in a judge's room when they're going through project judging. If they're one-on-one with a judge, we want to make sure they feel safe, make sure they are safe. One thing that is huge is our food and consumer science program with kids and our food projects. We want to make sure that they're able to practice their project books in safe environments. So we make sure that we have a kitchen that is following rules and regulations that they can come in and practice whenever they want. One huge aspect of this is the handicap accessibility. It is within our rules and bylaws in Belmont County that our programs are housed in areas that individuals have easy access to. This in itself can become a huge safety hazard. If things aren't up to code, it could cause a lot of grief. So, that's a huge aspect in our key ingredients to success, is making sure the environments for which we are teaching our youth are up to date and safe for them. This goes on. This kind of goes back into the environment here. But the next key ingredient that I want to talk about has to do with inclusive environment. Okay, so we've already talked about a safe environment, but what does an inclusive environment mean? Okay, well, it's pretty simple. To include individuals, to make sure that they feel as though they belong, that their creativity is not diminished, that they are encouraged in a positive manner, right? It helps promote their growth. So I'm going to go back here. Once again, I'm talking about things as regularly occurring as our club meetings, to things that happen maybe once or twice a year, like our 4-H county camps or our 4-H project judging and fair, right? We're going to make sure that every individual, regardless of what their needs are, or regardless of how different their hobbies include, that they feel as though they can go into those meetings or go into those judging rooms and they feel as though they belong in those areas, that they are confident and they feel as though they can create and not be judged, right? So being an inclusive environment means it promotes belonging, and it promotes growth, and it fosters creativity. Yep. So we have 3 slices, or 3 components, 3 ingredients down. The fourth one that I would love to talk to you guys about has to go hand in hand, the creativity part of things, is the mastery. Okay? So mastery. Oftentimes we associate mastery with perfection. Strive for perfection. But in Belmont County, and I'm sure this is likewise with many other 4-H organizations, mastery doesn't necessarily mean perfection. Mastery often means improvement. We want you to master a technique. We want you to improve and be better than what you were the first time you tried it, right? So, a bit of a definition, something, a mantra of things is, we want to promote self-confidence and ability to increase independence and capability. Okay, that's a lot of words to say, right? But what we're saying is, it's part of our job and our programs to encourage and introduce new topics, new programs that's going to pique the interest of these youth and stimulate more learning. It's going to open them up to possibly finding a new hobby that can make them happier and more confident than ever before. So one idea that I think of when I think of this, and I'm gonna put my little sticky note with all the information, and it says practice equals improvement, positive attitude, constant encouragement. One program area that I think of is the Belmont County Shooting Sports. So if you know a bit about shooting sports, and if you don't, fantastic, now's your time to learn. Shooting sports involves multiple disciplines. When I say disciplines, I mean the different type of firearms that you can learn to practice with as tools, right? So archery, crossbow, any kind of rifle marksmanship, shotgun, muzzle loading, pistol, all of these and more are the different disciplines that these youth can participate with. They can go to summer camps and learn, or they can actually be involved with the specialty program. They practice monthly. They go out to the sportsman's club, and they can pick a project, and then they can pick a discipline that they've never tried before. A lot of these people come in and they may not shoot a bullseye the entire season, right? But the next year, through practice, through improvement, right, they're going to become better and stronger marksmen, right? And that's going to build up on their confidence. So mastery of something is to improve upon something. It's to encourage these teens and these kids of all ages that if they continue to work hard, that they're going to become better versions of themselves, regardless of what they pursue. So next, I want to talk to you guys about self-determination. So we think of determined people. We think of individuals who strive to be better, right? And whether that's better at sports or better at grades, it all comes down to becoming a better version of oneself, becoming better at self-directing their goals, better at becoming leaders, not only for others, but to lead themselves in the right direction. This is another key ingredient, one that is extremely important. So when I think of self-determination, I think of teens in officer roles, or I think of youth in positions where they're teaching maybe their little brother or sister, or they're being camp counselors to their campers. And those campers growing up to want to be camp counselors themselves. Perhaps they're on committees. We had this committee a few years back, and it was called the Copperhead Council. Back to what I was saying with the Copperhead Council. So the Copperhead Council is made up of a group of teenagers ranging from 14 to 18 years old, selected from the different counties that are involved with the Muskingum watershed and the Belmont County, Tuscarawas, Carroll County, all these Ohio counties that all feed into Camp Piedmont. And these individuals got involved with Copperhead Council to make decisions that they felt needed to be made in order to make camp safer, better, more hygienic, better for the kids and themselves involved. A lot of those teens grew to become more self-determined individuals. They found a voice in themselves. They became more confident in their ability to lead. And that's one aspect of self-determination that I would say is really important. When I think of self-determination, I think of individuals who are impactful, and they can be found anywhere. 4-H promotes committees. They promote club officers. Those are two examples that I often associate with self-determinated. These are individuals